Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Pahrump Early Learning Academy, where we are more than just childcare.
Hi, I'm Monique Mitchell with KPVM Television. My children attend Pella and they love it. The curriculum they have is pretty amazing, and my children learn what they need at their level.
Not only are the children learning, they're having fun, and that's what matters.
I like Pella. They help you with your homework, and it's fun.
Give us a call today to tour our facility at 751-5335.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
Tonight on News 46, a suspect is sought for an armed robbery. New information is collected about Margay Edwards, and Don Trudeau is honored at this year's Parade Grand Marshal. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, September 30th, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. The Nye County Sheriffs are attempting to locate a man who robbed the Horizon Market on Bella Vista early this morning.
Early this morning, a little after 1 a.m., the Horizon Market on Bella Vista and Leslie was robbed at gunpoint. What was described as a 20-gauge pump shotgun was used in the robbery. The suspect is described as a male who was wearing a yellow ski mask, a gray shirt with black down both sleeves and black around the pockets. Also, black pants, white and black sneakers. The suspect, according to the video recording, went around the back of the market and took off north on foot from the Horizon Market and Tumbleweed Tavern. They were able to find a pair of black gloves on a street called Scales. Whether they are related to this incident is unknown at this time. They're described as wool gloves with a skeleton on one of them. If you have any information about this crime, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, she was a 2005 graduate of Morro Bay High School and a varsity basketball player during her years on the California coast. Margay Kim Edwards' body was located last Thursday, the 25th, off Hafen Ranch Road.
It's heartbreaking to hear of the pain her family is going through right now after discovering their daughter and sister has been found dead. The 27-year-old Los Osos resident appears to be the victim of a homicide. Two men riding quads discovered the body of Margay Edwards in the desert not too far from Hafen Elementary School and Indian Springs Road. She was a few hundred yards off the roadway on Hafen Ranch on a dirt track frequently used for off-roading. Detectives and deputies found Edwards' license on her body. However, her car and cell phone are still missing. Her body was in advanced stages of decomposition. Clark County coroner said it's expected to take up to 8 weeks to determine the cause of death. Edwards was a graduate of Morro Bay High School. Last year, she attended San Diego State University on a full scholarship and returned home to Los Osos several months ago. Her family last saw her on September 12th in Los Osos and last heard from her on September 14th. Edwards is survived by her father, Jeff Edwards, her mother, Insong Edwards, her stepmother, Julie Tacker, and her brother, Jack Edwards. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And our heart goes out to the family in that situation. On Sunday night, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to the RO Ranch area in Smoky Valley for a domestic situation where shots had been fired. The suspect, 35-year-old Mandy Kringley, had pointed a firearm at her husband, 35-year-old Scott Kringley, which caused a fight to ensue. During the fight, the firearm had discharged, causing no injuries. The suspect was located at her residence in the Hadley subdivision later that evening. Mandy Kringley decided to barricade herself inside the home and refused to respond to police commands to exit the building. A police negotiator arrived on scene with additional deputies who were able to persuade the suspect to surrender. Mandy E.J. Kringley is being held on $37,600 bail for the charges of attempted homicide, domestic battery with a deadly weapon, child endangerment, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting and obstructing an officer. Here's part two with Nye County Sheriff's candidate Sharon Worley and her choice for second in command if she is elected to the position, Brent Moody.
I have no problem meeting with the media. I think that any agency that stands back and acts very closed-mouthed about issues does nothing more than generate that many more problems for themselves. So I'd rather at times, sometimes the truth stings. I'd rather get it out and get it over with and get it said. I think it adds to credibility, and it also eases the mind that there isn't any kind of cover-up type of issue.
Are you really going to look over that budget and kind of go through it completely?
Absolutely. We're going to do an entire audit of the entire sheriff's office.
And then as far as the debates go, are you still open for those? Or are you going to have the town hall things?
There's a debate scheduled for October 14th here at the community center.
And so everybody's invited to come on down?
Absolutely.
And for more information about your campaign, do you have a website?
Oh gosh, more information about the campaign. Well, let's see, we're having a meet and greet at your house.
Is the public invited to that?
Well, we only have a certain amount of space. But if somebody's interested, they can stop in.
Absolutely.
And so is that on your website?
It's not on my website right now. We've actually been sending out invitations and that kind of thing, and it's been word of mouth. So let me put the actual address. We can get that on the website, and everybody's welcome.
Thank you so much.
We have a nice, great big lawn. I think that we can use it. Yeah.
And any other upcoming meet and greets you'll let everybody know, and events before this election?
Not that I can think of here. I'm going to head north here pretty soon.
And if you would like to see the entire interview with Brent Moody and Sharon Worley, go to KPVM-TV's YouTube page. More news after the break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. A patient being treated at a Dallas hospital is the first person diagnosed with Ebola in the United States. The man, whose identity has not been released, left Liberia on September 19th and arrived in the United States on September 20th. At that time, the individual did not have symptoms, but 4 or 5 days later, he began to exhibit them. The individual was hospitalized and isolated Sunday at Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital. The patient is believed to have had a handful of contacts with people after showing symptoms of the virus and before being hospitalized. Currently, there are no other suspected cases of Ebola in Texas. Well, he's a singer-songwriter, and he performed 3 times at this year's Fall Festival. We caught up with Justin James Turner to find out more about his music.
Well, I'm from Vegas. I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been playing guitar for over 10 years, just writing my own music. But after being in a lot of bands, I've decided to go just solo with my stuff. And I had a few friends out here just the other night playing with me to back me up as a full band. So yeah, I'm just a singer-songwriter trying to get my music out there.
So you do some covers, right?
Yeah.
But do you mix in some of your own stuff in there?
Yeah, the set that I just played this morning or at noon was for an hour, and I basically switched off. Every other song was a cover from the radio and then an original that was similar to what people like to listen to on the radio. So
it's a good idea to get people in there and listening to your stuff too as well. You have a CD release.
Right, exactly. Well, I've got a demo that I was handing out for free around the Pahrump Fall Fest this whole time, and I just went into the studio about a month ago, finished a 3-song EP that's going to drop on iTunes and Spotify within the next weeks. It's going to be mixed and mastered first, and then they'll release it on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play. There's so many different things, but it'll be out there for everybody to get.
So tell me some of your influence, because I heard a couple different influences in there that are very distinct.
Right. To be honest, I grew up listening to a lot of 90s rock music, so Third Eye Blind and Smash Mouth and Everclear, all those bands were my favorite growing up. And right now, a lot of the guys that I like to listen to includes Jason Mraz, Ed Sheeran's getting super popular, and I love his music, and so that's all influencing me right now. A lot of that popular singer-songwriter stuff. And it's good, catchy music that you hear on the radio.
It is. And you're very popular here at the Fall Festival. People can keep up with you. You're playing when next?
Next Friday, I'll be downtown Las Vegas. What they do every first Friday of the month, they close down a lot of the streets of downtown Las Vegas, and they'll have a big art and music festival. And they set up a big stage on the corner of Casino Center and Colorado. And I'll be on that stage first Friday about 9:30, just jamming out for people again, giving them stuff they like to listen to.
People can see you there. They can also go on your Facebook, and if they would like to have you perform, people who would like to pay for a show, have you come on down for their event, they can do that too as well?
Exactly. I've been hired for some weddings recently, and I've been at the Hard Rock Cafe as well. So people usually will just message me on Facebook. It's Justin James Turner Music. And then Instagram, Twitter is Just Jam Turner. But yeah, people just message me and ask if I charge for weddings and stuff like that, and it all depends on how long they want me to play and where they want me at.
And also keep track of where you're going to be at next.
Exactly, it's a good way for that.
To win some or learn some, and I won't hesitate no more, it cannot wait, I'm yours. Been way too long, checking myself in the mirror, bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. My breath on death.
And that's this Friday down there at the First Friday event in Las Vegas in downtown. And a lot of the performers that were at our Fall Festival are actually going to be performing at that event. Vern Van Winkle tells you how to vote for this year's People's Choice Award for your favorite Fall Festival parade entry.
Well, you know, tonight is the airing of the parade at 7 o'clock. This is the official evening area for airing so that everyone gets the opportunity to watch it. So at 7 o'clock, we've decided to do the People's Choice Award. Instead of doing it down at the location, now we're going to do it here. And you get to vote on Facebook. So go to your Facebook, go to Local Pahrump, and look for the post that says Vote for the People's Choice Award, and put your vote in there. I can tell you right now, the dance team and the cheerleaders, they're already voting. So they're like pounding on it. So if you have a float that you really want to win, you really want to get on there and vote today. It airs at 7 p.m. and it'll go to 9 p.m. It's a 2-hour parade. And the uniqueness of the way they made it, the way they displayed their float or their entry, and it gives them the opportunity so that they can have a really good look at the flow of the parade. So it's really cool. So I have a bunch of winners. A lot of people want to know who actually won. The best out of town is Vanessa Charles, best out of town. The Grand Marshal Award went to the Nye County Republicans. The best theme was Pahrump Gunfighters, and best in talent was Bounty Hunter Saloon. And we just have the last one, which is the People's Choice. So if you want to vote on your best float, the one that you thought was, if it was a walker, if it's a horse, if it's a car, or if it's a float, whatever it may have been entered, tonight after the parade, vote, just like American Idol.
When are you going to tally?
I don't know. Probably the reality of it is that I have some business I have to take care of over the next 2 days. So I'm going to take a look at it. So it'll probably be Friday or Thursdays when I finally put the whole thing together, and Friday we'll make the big announcement of who that would be. So they have a couple days to vote.
There you go. Thank you so much.
You're welcome so much. Watch tonight.
Vote for me. Vote for mine. And of course, we'll keep you updated on who won that People's Choice. When we come back from this break, we're going to tell you about the parade's Grand Marshal.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
Darby and Noah just ran in here and told me that I looked like a goon when I was saying vote for me. So they had a good laugh, I heard. This year's Grand Marshal for the Fall Festival Parade is Don Trudeau of Saida Trudeau. Tonight on KPVM-TV will be a special behind the scenes on Don and his life.
I think the town of Pahrumps a lot like a lot of other small towns, but for some reason Pahrumps seems friendlier than, even like, you know, I grew up in Montana in a pretty small town, and I think Pahrumps friendlier than that town was. And my wife grew up in Michigan, and we have a place in Michigan where the population is less than Pahrump. And I think Pahrump is friendlier, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's some of the founding fathers of this town that were here, that maybe the way they started the town off. But you know, at the dealership, people come in and they're friendly, and our customers will come by. You know, they don't have any reason to come by at all. They don't need an oil change. They don't need to buy a car. They don't need anything from the parts department. They just come by and have a cup of coffee with us. In Las Vegas, you never saw that. It didn't happen. People came when they had something to do. Usually they came in and they had a scowl on their face. You know, that here they come in, they're happy. You know, they'll walk in my office and spend 20 minutes and they're just visiting with me. And same with my service writers. You know, Christmas time, there's cookies coming in, and there's Christmas cards coming in, and there's phone calls coming in. And it's just, I think Pahrumps a really friendly town. I think it's a town with a lot of needs. You know, we have a little bit higher unemployment rate than the state, and the state's had a pretty tough unemployment rate. So I think Pahrump has a lot of needs, and unfortunately, we don't have a lot of industry to give back and to take care of those needs. So there's you know, probably not as many things getting taken care of as maybe there would be in Las Vegas, where you have a lot of casinos that contribute. You know, here you just have a few businesses that are able to help. I think success, really, my definition is you have to be happy. I know a lot of very wealthy people that aren't happy, and that's not success. I know people who are not wealthy in any way, shape, or form. They live very simple lives, and they're extremely happy. And I would say that man's a lot more successful, and his family's a lot more successful than the guy who's a multimillionaire and miserable.
Who is Don Trudeau?
Don Trudeau's, I'm a happy guy. I've been very fortunate in life. I have a good wife. I have great kids. I have a good business partner. I have a lot of, you know, the employees that I have at the dealership, a lot of them have been there longer than I have. You know, when we purchased the dealership, some of the people like Linda DeMayo and Chuck, my parts manager, some of my salespeople, Mike Colucci, they were there. I inherited them with the dealership, so I'm a guy who has a great family at the dealership, a lot of friends in Pahrump. I'm a lucky guy. I think success, really, my definition is you have to be happy. I know a lot of very wealthy people that aren't happy, and that's not success. I know people who are not wealthy in any way, shape, or form. They live very simple lives, and they're extremely happy. And I would say that man's a lot more successful, and his family's a lot more successful than the guy who's a multimillionaire and miserable.
And I hear that half-an-hour special will be airing tonight. It's all edited by Jason Koblenz. He's been working on it for days, and the edited version will be aired tonight on KPVM-TV as well. Vern Van Winkle interviewed Don Trudeau there. A lot of us submitted questions just to find out more, and it's definitely something that is interesting to watch. Let's join Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Tuesday, September 30th. I'm Angela Miles. Bank of America will pay $7.6 million to settle SEC charges of inaccurate accounting. The SEC claims for years B of A incorrectly accounted for a type of debt it inherited when it acquired Merrill Lynch in 2009. Bank of America spreading holiday cheer with big hiring plans. The department store will add 86,000 seasonal workers this Christmas. That's 3.6% higher than last year. The retailer is staffing up as it tests new ways to please customers, including same-day delivery for online shoppers in 8 markets. And the future of Microsoft is here. The company is expected to unveil its new version of Windows today. The codename reportedly is Threshold. Microsoft is dealing with a wave of bad press over its last operating system. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Thanks so much, Angela. When we come back from this break, we'll have your weather and some announcements.
News 46 weather is brought to you by from your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Tuesday, September 30th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 84 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 88 degrees. So it was a little cooler outside than it usually is, but that's just fine and dandy. Winds were coming from the south-southwest today at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 7 miles per hour. So we had some low winds. The UV index today was 5, which is moderate. Humidity was at 16% today. Sunrise was at 6:38 this morning, and the record high in 1978 was 101 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 59 degrees. Your average temperature at this time of year is 65 degrees. Winds will be coming from the east-northeast up at 3 miles per hour with gusts up to 5 miles per hour, so we'll be retaining those low winds. Humidity will be at 29%. Sunset will be at 6:38 this evening, and the record low in 1982 was 47 degrees. On tomorrow, we'll have sunny skies with a high of 85 degrees and a low of 52 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north-northeast at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 9 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 19%. Sunrise will be at 6:39 a.m. and the UV index will be 7, which is high. 4 hours, 7-day forecast will have lots of sunny skies, though we might be seeing some extra clouds outside next Monday. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the mid-80s and they'll be going up into the mid-90s around this weekend. Your low temperatures will be starting off in the low 50s and they'll be working their way up into the 60s around Friday.
Thanks so much, Noah. Desert View Hospital, in partnership with Roseman University of Health Sciences, will host its annual Autumn Health Awareness Festival on Saturday, October 11th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the hospital located on Lola Lane. For more information, you can give them a call, 751-7120. The Bureau of Land Management is making Christmas tree cutting permits available to the public. Only pinyon pine and juniper trees may be harvested. The cutting of all other trees is prohibited. Permits can be purchased in person at the field office or through the mail. Permits cost $4 each with a limit of 5 per purchaser. The application is available online or you can call them 775-726-8100. That's 775-726-8100. The countdown is on for job seekers hoping to become a firefighter with one of 6 area fire departments to take their written and physical exams. Applications will be accepted online at snvfirerecruitment.com. That's snvfirerecruitment.com. That's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.